I know my husband's a mathematician. He's also a pianist, but yeah, he's doing a PhD in statistics right now, which is intense. And like I look at the stuff he does, and it's literally like a foreign language. I mean, it's just all these symbols and stuff, and I have no idea what he's dealing with. And I'm always asking him like what he's working on. Like he just can't explain it to me. I can't understand.
I know. Yeah.
So we just leave that alone.
Yeah. My dad's a geophysicist, so he's like, you have to take geology, and I was like, okay.
Are you in geology right now? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think you're one of these tall people, so it's always like, I don't know if I should put it here or here, but I think we've got you in this one, should be okay.
Okay.
So, all right, so how's your singing been going? Any questions about things we talked about last time?
Not really. No? I've been practicing the warm-ups.
Good. All right, great. Oh, and stretch out a little. And the songs are coming okay so far?
Yeah. Adam helped me a lot with the cherry tree.
Good.
Because there was only that, like, one recording of a girl. And I just picked up some, like, little things of, like, scooping from her, and he helped me with that.
Yeah. But, that's the problem with recordings.
Yeah.
I know, as much as you can, you should try to learn without the recordings, and then maybe listen after that.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, sometimes with recordings, I guess I don't feel like it that strongly that you have to completely ignore the recording, but because I sometimes like to just listen once to something just to kind of get the feel for it in my mind, but then the more you listen to it, you really do start to pick up other people's habits, and sometimes they're good ones and sometimes they're bad ones, so be careful about that. Try to learn as much on your own as you can, and I don't think I actually went through that with you at all, just sort of my advice about learning music in general, when it comes to the stuff we do, especially with the foreign language stuff. You have to do the new rep forms, and so you have all the translation work and all the background information. But really, as much as you can spend time with the text outside of the music, it really makes a big, big difference. So I'd really advise you to just try to, memorize the translation and then just speak through the poem over and over again to really get a feel for the poem and then put it to the music, because that's what the composer does. They they have the poem first and they set it to music. So spend as much time doing that as you can, and then put the two together, and it's amazing how different it is. So it's so easy to just jump in and like go straight to the music, but really as much time as you can spend with the text, it makes a difference. So okay, reach up, and arms down, and paying attention to keeping that sternum nice and high and your shoulders rolled back a little bit, and just take a moment and find your really good alignment here, right? So your feet are balanced and you're really tall and your pelvis is tucked a little bit. You just feel that length in the back of your neck. And let's just do a nice shh. Exhale on SH. Keep working as much as you can. Yeah, good. And trying not to collapse at the end, but you have to fight that right and go this way with it. So as your body tries to collapse right at the end of your breath, you think up and you think about those back muscles we talked about a little bit last time, just engaging as much as you possibly can. With your breathing, just to review, making sure that you're always feeling expansion all the way around. When you take your breath in, you think of the air coming in, you think of opening the back of your throat, sort of that yawny position. And the air comes in rather than sucking it in, it just sort of comes in, and this all relaxes, right? So your abs have to let go, and you feel the expansion all the way around. And it's really, really good when you're a younger singer to just practice feeling the expansion by pushing in, or maybe one hand, sometimes hands on the sides can be really useful, and also just paying attention to make sure those ribs are expanding for you every time. Those are all the things we want to be happening. They don't always do it, but that's what you want to check in for as much as possible. Let's stand and do it one more time, exhaling on S, say the thing, and let's put hands maybe like sort of right at the base of your ribs there. Okay. Go ahead. Tall, getting taller, especially at the very, very end when you don't want to. Good. That was great. That was really supported at the end. You feel the difference there? Yeah. Let's do it one more time on SH to feel that again, okay? Go ahead. Tall, keeping the sternum up. Yeah, so you lose more air with the SH than you do with the S, right? It's an interesting thing because it's all coming out of your teeth and everything. Good. Okay, let's do 2 in, 2 out, exhaling on F. So, like maybe 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Great. And a little Good panting. Yeah, good. Oh, you've gotten to be a very good panter this week. Very
I know,
nice. You're like, that's a talent I didn't know I had. Wow, yeah. You learn all these funny things in voice lessons, yes. Okay, how about some boom?
Boom!
Yeah, and try to extend your vowel as much as you can so it's a real boom!
Boom!
Good. I'm seeing a little bit of a boom kind of happening. I'm exaggerating, but I see sort of boom instead of boom! And if you can keep your mouth position really consistent, it'll be better for you.
Boom!
Watch yourself in the mirror. I think you'll see what I'm talking about.
I felt it that time.
You felt it? Okay.
Yeah. Boom!
Yeah, so really just thinking like vertical, like egg position, like so boom! One more time.
Boom!
Yeah, that's it. That's different. Yeah.
Okay.
So how is that different for you?
I just thought egg.
Yeah. Okay. The egg. Yeah.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Boom! One more time.
Boom!
That went back to the other way that time. So boom!
Boom!
Yeah, that's better. Okay, so it's a funny little difference, but I just don't want you to think wide. I want you to think vertical all the time. Can we do no? And why don't you keep your hands there?
No.
Good. And yeah, very nice. And just wiggle out the back of your tongue a little. Make sure that's nice and loose. I'll close this so you don't have to have everybody listening to you out there.
Oh.
All my students are always irritated when this is open. Okay. How's the head voice feeling?
Good. I've been. My high school teacher taught us to just like press your thumb up like a little bit, like even if it's just by your waist.
Okay.
And so I've been doing that just to get like up there.
Yeah.
More.
Okay.
But
like thumb. Wait. Press your thumb where?
just like if I start and then it like just pushes up, it helps me.
Oh, you mean like just with your thumb right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So it just helps you kind of think about what you're doing back there. Good.
Yes.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Let's do You be thinking an ooh vowel behind your lip trill. Good. Excuse me. And you're still singing second alto in choir right now? Okay. Is that going okay?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I talked to Dr. Ramsey about it, and she said that she would get in contact with you, but I don't know if she did.
Well, I mean, I told her, she said she'd be willing to move you if we decided it wasn't the right thing.
Yeah.
And I told her that, at that point I'd only heard you sing for like 10 minutes. It was before your first lesson, or like right after your first lesson. So I said, we'll feel it out. But I want to make sure that like, if you're finding that we're working, because I'm working on trying to expand your range and get a little higher right now. And so I think if that seems like it's getting in the way for you at all, please let me know, because then she's totally fine to move you, I think. But we'll just see. I think she's a little bit hurting for altos right now, so she had you on there for that reason. But if it feels like it's kind of going against what we're working on, let me know, because we should probably shift you.
Okay.
Okay, going up, same thing. And I want you to be thinking an O vowel right now. Really calm breath. Good. Every time you take a breath in, you feel those abs release in front of you. And release. I'm not warmed up. Okay. So actually, opposite. So, and then going up. Is that what you did?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm not making sense at all. I'm just doing 3.
Okay.
But I assume you just know all the exercises. Okay. which we'll see how far we go with this. But, I want you to think super squeaky. Just think like little mosquito kind of sound in your mind, okay? Just like not all that open space actually that you have up until that point. When you get to, I won't tell you how high you are until after we're done with it here, but when you get to the point of where we are, you just have to kind of let go of all the space and just be thinking wide. Okay, so I want you to be thinking like vertical space in the back of your throat with every breath you take up into this point, and then it gets really, really wide. Okay. So from here, really wide, mosquito-y sound. You go from the other bottom to the top, yeah. Yeah, pretty good, yeah. But so that was high D. That's like above high C. So that's pretty high. Yeah. That's much higher than you normally sing. But sometimes on lip trills we can go a lot higher than we can for the rest of our range. So, but if you have the ability to get that high with a lip trill, makes me feel like there's probably a good chance we can get the other stuff higher too. Okay, let's move on. How about some, let's do some doing really, really heady voice down here. So I like the focus of this part of your range, but for what we're working on, I want to do a little bit floatier. So that kind of feeling instead of instead of there you go, that's great. Lips out nice and forward. You're thinking really heady. Yeah, the less focus you have down here, the easier it'll be for you to get up high. So just almost just airy in your mind, okay? In the mirror one time and just watch what your lips do. I want them to go meow with your like a real pucker as you do that top part from here. Yeah, good. And you notice how when you do that, your air has to work a little harder. That's what. So you have to connect a little bit more down below. Okay. So make sure you're getting a really nice low breath. Good, and I want to just clarify that I want them out forward, but just make sure they don't feel tight to you, right? So they're flabby almost. And now we're high enough that I want to loosen up a little bit, so meow. So about when you get to like E, F sharp right in there, when you can start loosening up your vowels, so it's not meowy, but meow. Loosen that breath. Kind of just say meow. Yeah, that's lovely. Can you try to feel a little bit of that as you do this? Slidey. Yep. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I talk all the time. No, it's fine. It's okay. And can we just do? Actually, I want to switch now and do. Did we do this one last week? The no. So it's like the one we just did with a little bit of a difference. So that one, you do and you hum through and then you connect it. This one's actually going to be so you do catch a breath in the middle of it. So it's going to be kind of a quick breath, but you want to make sure it's low and quiet every single time. Yeah, and the same thing with this one. Actually, this one's easier to do in the heady place because O vowels tend to be really easy to do that way. So, no, just kind of no focus again. So I think you're putting maybe an extra L in, but lo. Okay. So really, really slide on it. And again, if you could just do, can you do for me one time? Lo, just like that. Lo. It's really, it's a pretty sound, but can you take your focus out of it a little bit? So it's just lo. Yeah, and actually use your thumb thing if that helps you. If you think lo. I wonder, yeah, it's close. I think if you really think like oh, and not lo, but lo, so it's like a really closed O. See if that helps you say lo. Kind of there, yeah. Lo in that position. Lo. It's getting there, yeah. So what happens right now is the way you're using your middle voice has a little more chest in it than I want for what we're doing. I mean, not that you shouldn't be able to use that when you want to, but for what we're trying to do to expand the top, I want you to try to take any feeling of chest out of it. And you have a real mix going on right now of chest and head voice, and I want you to only think head voice, which feels really weird when it's low like that. It feels like unfocused and like it sounds terrible, but that's going to just help you get up to the top. Because did you see how when you went no, the head voice didn't know what quite to do? If you start your head voice really, really low, then it kind of knows where to go a little more. So just again, say for me, lo. That's beautiful. Lo. Yeah, no more focus on that, and then lo. Good. Let's see if we can find that feeling and you do the exercise. So it might be really soft for right now. Good. Now that was better, but your breath didn't quite continue all the way through. So just make sure you get a good breath and it goes all the way through for you. Getting there, yeah, keep going. And again, say no. Yeah, it's a little different than what you were doing before. Can you feel the difference?
A little bit. It feels like a little higher in the back.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you just tell me what it feels like to you because it feels different to everybody.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about singing. So, no. You should feel, I mean, I think you're going to feel like your soft palate's really high, right? So you really take that yawny breath. That's better, yeah. So the beginning part was really working for you that time. Let's do it on a slide. So it's going to be kind of like we did in your Kado Mio Bend, that you're just going to have sort of like a non-pitch feeling. So you can do just like that. Keep thinking, no focus. That's great. Let that jaw open up as you go up higher. It's great. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm playing very specific notes for you, so it seems like you have to go to that pitch, but I'm perfectly happy to have you just slide. Okay, one more time. So that's a little bit more this way, so really yawny breath. Yeah. I know these feel like really slight differences probably to you right now, but I think over time you'll start to connect with like when it feels right and when it feels a little bit off. So, hey, I just want to say again, like what you're doing is perfectly fine. It's just a little different approach than kind of what I want to work on right now. So, so not that you have to take chest voice out of everything you do, but just for right now, we'll kind of do that. So, okay, can we do some just ooh, and this is again just super heady. Great. We're going to get in rocker position if you can. Ooh, yeah. Good, really slidey. Perfect. And every breath you take, I want you to feel like your soft palate goes a little bit higher, so you're breathing up, 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 up into the back of the throat there. Good, use your breath. Yeah, do a woo! Yeah, good, good, good. All right, great. Let's move on from here and do some. Can we just do? Oh, so it's just ah going down the scale, but I want you to think of it being like an ah, like an AW, not an ah. Okay. Watch yourself in the mirror as we do these again a few more times, and I want you to tell me what you're seeing, what's happening with your mouth, okay? That's better that time. So what's happening?
I was moving.
Yeah.
With, like, H's.
With the pitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear so much of the H's this time, but I see like, which means your jaw's involved more than it needs to be. Okay. Can you take this guy and just like push him back a little bit back and a little down. Okay. Not that it hurts, but with a little bit of force. So keep it down. And I want you to do the exact same thing. Take your breath. Try to get it so that you feel absolutely no movement in your jaw beyond just like the first one where you first open up, of course. And everything happens with the breath. Okay, stand real tall. And so when you feel those moments where it wants to grab and pull down on you, that's when you have to think more breath. So it just means you should be working against your hand a little bit more, okay? Okay. Good. Much better. Legato, legato. Beautiful. Fighting a little bit, right? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. And you feel the difference of when like the air kicks in a little bit more because you're not doing it right here. Mm-hmm. That's a very important thing to feel. So basically, we're always trying to like support in different ways when we sing. And if your breath's not entirely engaged, that's when the jaw starts doing it for you. And almost all of us do that at some point. The other thing, the tongue also tends to like try to support for us. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing that we have to try to keep loose and free and stuff. But I want you to really, really practice on just making the notes change with your breath, but not with your jaw. Okay. Let's go up a little bit. Same thing. A little headier now. Good, very good. In the breath. Good, more, really engaged breath. Really, really pretty sounds in there. It feels okay? Yeah. That's good? Okay, good. All right, let's see. I'm trying to think of one more thing maybe. Can we do a little, no, it's probably not useful to you right now. Can we just, let's try this. If we do a little bit of, vivo ai. Okay. So it's vivo. Okay. Vivo. Yes. One more time. Vivo. Good. Now I want you to do the exact same thing we were just working on. So jaw out, holding that jaw back, standing really tall, watching yourself in the mirror, and trying to do it all with your breath. That breath. Yeah, good. You hear the H's a little bit in there, so it's very normal. But V instead of V, so think super, super legato. Sometimes if you just think about the run being like one long note, it can be helpful. Okay. Yeah, that's the right idea. Not just with the vowel sound. Yeah, but that was exactly the right idea. Okay. That's okay. Good. Yeah, it's so interesting because you're doing exactly the right thing, and you can't get the two lined up. It's coordination. Okay. Yeah, now I think your jaw's still fighting a little bit too much, so can you really push that guy back a little bit more and try to, you take a nice, big, big, low breath. Any ideas why the top is sort of popping on you a little bit right there? No idea. Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, okay, so basically you need more air when you get higher. So your breath flow has to increase a little bit. So you take your breath in, and you have to basically take a breath that's kind of imagining you're going to sing the highest note you're going to sing, because that's the breath that kind of allows you to have enough breath to get to the top. So what's happening right now is you're taking your breath in, and then you're not having enough air at the top. Okay. Yeah, you're wasting it. Yeah, so don't waste it, right? So just know where you're headed. Know that you have to save the most of your breath for the top. Okay, still doing all the same things. Yeah, the weird thing about singing though is that like you're trying not to waste it, you're trying to preserve air, and you're doing all the right things, but actually being too soft doesn't help you. Okay, yeah, so you have to rather than, this is really strange, but rather than feeling like you're holding your breath back, and you actually think of expelling your air. Okay. And sometimes it actually helps you have more at the top. It's really strange. So make sure you take a breath, like reaching for that. So you're thinking that note in your mind. Bigger breath. Yeah, do this for me. Yeah, less singing still. That's good. There's more connection to your breath that time. Could you feel the difference? Do it one more time. And especially,
back a little.
It did fall back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. One more time, do it again. Yeah, maybe if you start the bottom note a little bit like farther back. I think right now it's a little bit in your nose. So plug your nose, take a breath, and do. Sorry. That's better. So the modification helps. So not doing V, but One more time. There it is. Yeah. So pay attention to those little changes when it does a little crack versus when it doesn't, because there's something different you're doing with your breath when it isn't cracking, and that's what you want to be doing basically. Okay. So and sometimes the stuff is like kind of up to you because you're feeling it internally, and I can tell you the things to do, but a lot of it is about you just going, oh, that worked that time. What did I do? You know, so stopping and thinking about it. Okay. So anyway, okay, I think you're pretty well warmed up. We should go ahead and get started. So tell me about the cherry tree. Do you have your rep form?
I turned it in last week.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I did.
That's right.
We talked about it last week.
We talked about the cherry tree already?
Yeah, because we were waiting for Adam.
That's right, okay. Gosh, all right. We still haven't gotten organized here.
No, that's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see, it must be here somewhere. You know what? Did I put it? Yeah, no. Let's see.
I have it on my computer. I don't know if that.
Yeah. Well, Can you just tell me about it a little bit? I mean, I can ask you a few things.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to have you have the bio of the composer memorized or anything, but I mean, just tell me about like what the song's about. What does it mean to you?
Okay. Well, when Adam and I were talking about it the other day, I guess I was thinking about it differently,
Okay.
and then we kind of got on the same page. So at the end of the song, when he says, for one whose dancing footsteps will never come at all,
Mm-hmm.
after like she let her petals fall, it's kind of like he wants her to come back, but she can't because she's dead or passed or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought it was like, it's just not happening because she's just gone.
Okay.
But I didn't know that it was as far as she's passed.
Okay.
And so that makes a lot more sense now.
So, I mean, if I didn't have the music in front of me and I was just like in the audience, like if you had to tell me just what is the song about from the beginning, like what would you say, like summarize, like what it's about, what's the text about?
It's kind of like a remembrance of the love that he once had.
Okay.
So he's like describing it through the seasons, but then as spring comes or as winter comes and the birds don't sing as much and all that stuff, it's similar to her passing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it reminds him of when she died? Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
it reminds him of the good things, but then he remembers that she can't dance anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Okay, so it's sort of like he's cherries in bloom in the Northland, the wild lone cherry tree, the sad sweet birds of the springtime are singing again to me. They sing in the frozen rivers, piping soft and low till I think I hear your footsteps. Yeah, okay, dancing across the snow. Sing birds, sing songs of springtime, sing high on the cherry tree. Sing my love in Northland as my loved one sang to me. Hush birds, cherry in silence is letting her petals fall. For one whose dancing footsteps will never come at all. Yeah, okay. So he wants to remember her, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and these things make him have memories of her, and yeah, he just kind of wants to feel her again, right?
Yeah.
Great. What do you find challenging about this song?
The part that I struggle with is the E to the B with not scooping, because it's just like a weird interval for me. So on the first part, the bloom in the Northland, I always kind of want to scoop it a little bit. So I've been trying to think on top of the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to just pay attention to like the dynamics and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
mostly because sometimes they're in weird spots, but
yeah,
I have them all circled.
Okay.
So
Okay, good. All right, good. Let's give it a shot, and we'll see where we are. Okay. All right. And if my tempo's not what you want, just take whatever tempo you want, and I'll adjust.
Okay. The cherries are blooming in the Northland, the wild lone cherry tree. The sad sweet birds of the springtime are singing again to me. They sing of the frozen rivers, piping soft and low, till I think I hear your footsteps dancing across the snow. Sing birds, sing songs of the springtime, sing high on the cherry tree. Sing of my love in the Northland, as my mom once sang to me. Hush, birds, the cherry in silence is letting her petals fall for one who's dancing.
Oh, sorry, could I write from full?
For one who's dancing footsteps will never come at all.
Good. I think I threw you off in a few spots because playing was like
Oh,
going
it's
all over the
okay.
place. I had to sight reading it. Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah, I hear a few of the dips that you're talking about, like the scooping and stuff. There are times that it just sounds a little poppier. I think that's what it is, probably maybe from the recording that you listen to.
Okay.
But it's that in the note, that kind of thing, right? Versus in the note, just being ready for that note. It also happened at the end. I think. Let's see. There was a I think I was saying like sing of the spring, kind of going that way, spring, that kind of thing. A little bit of a scoop happening right there. Sing high. So with all these things, it is a matter exactly of what you said before of just being a little bit above the note and kind of and I always say taking a breath for the note you're going to sing and just kind of being ready for it. So let's see if we can clean a little bit of that up first. I also want you to keep thinking about just things being modified a little bit more than you're probably used to. So, like, not necessarily when you're really low, like, the cherries are blooming in the north. Like, the first, the D's and the E's, those can be very, very accurate with the words and everything. But when you get to Northland, even that's going to be a little bit Northland instead of Northland. It's a little bit more just modified into more of like an O, egg again position as you're doing it. And I also want to try this one time actually on a lip trill. So can we try from the beginning doing just like the whole, and we'll just keep taking breaths as if you're singing it. And I want you to really focus on the connection of your breath from the low notes to the high notes because that's part of why that's happening with the scoops is that the breath kind of stops on you a little bit. So right where you come in. Oh yes, try right there. Good. You notice anything happening with your lip trill at all? I mean, it looks like it's itchy for you. That's one thing. Yeah.
It sometimes gives out in weird spots.
Right, and that's probably what's happening when you're singing too, and it may be actually a lot of the same moments where it's doing the scooping, because I think your breath just stops on you a little bit. So let's try a little of it again. If you do one, let's see, thinking about the breathing, if you put one hand just like right at the base of your rib cage like this, and just be really, really aware of your ribs expanding and just feeling that feeling of them going out every single time, and then one hand just here and just working against both a little bit. So when you take your breath, you should feel a lot coming out right there because it should be totally relaxing, and you should be feeling those ribs expanding too. And if you're not feeling all that happening, then there's a good chance it's kind of giving out a little bit too much on you. And I think I mentioned last time, ribs, you have to just keep fighting because they want to collapse big time. So just making sure you're really, really fighting against them. Let's go from like They sing of the frozen river. Still on lip drill though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard. Lip drills are harder when you're low. Try and push it right there. Yeah, good. Okay, so did that feel any better to you? Working against that a little bit? Okay, can you keep your hands in the same position and let's try singing with the words? And I wanted to feel really like mush mouth words like the cherries are blooming in the northland, the wild blown cherry trees. So like you have Novocaine in your mouth.
Okay.
Okay.
The cherries are blooming in the northland, the wild cherry tree.
I would take a breath if I were you after the Northland.
Okay.
Okay, so take one there, and then I think it will help you. It was really nice in the very beginning. The cherries are blooming on. I'm trying to. Can you just sing that for me one more time? The cherries.
The cherries are blooming in the northland.
Yeah, let's just try. Can you say Northland?
Northland.
Good. Now do Northland.
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 Better, yeah. Still just trying to go really, really too far in the other direction right now.
Okay.
Just to sound really ridiculous. Northland.
Northland.
Yes, Northland.
Northland.
Almost. It still feels to me a little bit like it's trying to reach. So make sure that the way you take the breath in is still super, super yawny. So it's really, really open space in your throat. Say it one more time.
Northland.
Better, yeah. That's getting there. Okay, let's try it from the cherries.
The cherries are blooming in the northland.
Better, yeah. Feel that difference?
Yeah.
I did not scoop that time. Okay, one more time.
The cherries are blooming in the northland.
Keep going, great.
The wild cherry tree.
So careful, I've noticed a couple times I think you're singing a D right there instead of an F sharp, so just be real careful about that pitch. Because it's tree and then you get to the D just fine, but I don't think the F sharp is quite accurate. That was much, much better though. Can we go from the wild lone cherry? Try one more time. Almost, it changes a little bit. You feel it change? Can you tell when you sing how it changes? Just keep going for that like lack of focus. It's gonna feel like it's not singing to you. It's gonna feel really strange. And then try starting it a little bit more like on the pitch almost. So good. That's better. Yeah, right there. You're still singing the same note. Just try it from the, can you do cherry tree, the sun? Okay.
Cherry tree, the sun.
One more time and do it by yourself.
Cherry tree, the sun.
There it is. Yeah. So you have to kind of think that F sharp in your mind while I'm fudging with the piano part in between, right? Good. Can we try it right there on the again? So again, really, really floaty. Be ready for that note.
Cherry tree.
I know. Yeah, it's just a habit at this point. I bet the person on the recording sang the wrong note. It's part of in that place, so you have to not listen to her.
All right.
The wild lone cherry tree. One thing I'm also noticing, just a little bit about your rhythm. One thing that's weird about this song is that the piano part is in 6/8 and you're in 2/4, right? You and Adam talk about that.
Yeah.
So what I hear is that you're kind of. I think you're doing a pretty good job with it, but sometimes I'm not quite sure that you're doing like 2 against 3 basically with it. So just check on. You're doing The wild lone cherry tree. That one, I think you're wanting to kind of follow with my part a little bit more. So cherry tree.
Okay.
Right there, get on the, and it has no focus.
The wild lone cherry tree. The sad, sweet birds of the springtime are singing again to me. They sing of the frozen river.
Okay, did you hear right there that scoop happen by any chance? Sometimes it's hard. I heard a scoop from they sing of the I think it was they sing of the somewhere in there.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. I'm exaggerating, but there's a little scoop happening right there. So same old thing, just being a little bit more prepared, being above the notes a little bit more. And can we try this? Can we do rivers they sing of the frozen rivers? So you're gonna do like the high part of the phrase first, and then we're gonna go back. So you can kind of find that feeling of where you are in the height of that one. So can you do river, 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 rivers they sing, and then go ahead.
River, they sing of the frozen river.
Better, yeah. Can you tell where you're tightening a little bit in that phrase?
Ri.
Actually, I thought "ri" was okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there may be
Frozen.
"zin" was what I'm hearing
Yeah.
because I'm hearing frozen a little bit instead of frozen. If you just keep that open space, that's what we need to do right now. So so river is not going to feel like an I vowel. It's going to feel like river, and frozen. Everything's going to feel a little more like Nova can again. So do again, river,
River.
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 Good. One more time and then go on. Go to the back of the front of the phrase.
Rivers, they sing of the frozen river.
Better. It was a little scoopy still that time. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
That was the right idea though. Okay.
Okay.
One more time. Do river again.
Rivers, they sing of the frozen river.
Let's go on.
Piping soft and low, till I think I hear your footsteps dancing across the snow.
Yeah, good. I want to do this phrase one more time and double check that D at the bottom there on across. I think that one is a little high maybe. Can we just go from till I think I hear your footsteps dancing, and then I'm gonna let you find your pitch right there. Till I
think I hear your footsteps dancing across the snow.
That was it. Yeah. First I just sounded a little shaky. But
Okay, I think I stayed on that E. I think I went across the snow.
Across the snow. Yeah, just double check.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Quick try one more time vocally now till I think I hear. And being really, really careful again that you're not reaching. So when you practice these phrases in general, which is about what I'm about to have you do, I want to keep having you go to the highest point of the phrase, sing that first in head voice, and then try to go back to the beginning and not let yourself be reaching for it, because then you kind of already have the space created. So can you do footsteps till I think I hear, with the correct pitches obviously.
Footsteps till I think I hear your footsteps dancing across the snow.
Yeah, a little lower on that D, and then you'll be good to go. Across the snow. But that was much better with the rest of it. Okay, going on. Good. So this is another example of this is a D sharp, and you can do you can open it up a lot more than that. So instead of C, because you're a little caught in the vowel, so sang, just say sang birds.
Sang birds.
Yeah, about like that when you sing. Okay, here we go.
Sang birds.
started to have right there. So it was the cherry, right? The cherry, a little bit, and then started to reach a little bit. So again, when you're practicing this, go to silence, try to find head voice and go back. Let's try that right there. So if you do silence. Okay, go ahead.
Silence.
Going ahead, hush.
Hush.
Open space.
The cherry in silence.
Almost, there's still a little one on in. Can you hear it? Cherry in the silence. You're really close. You just don't need them. You just don't know that you're doing them, you know. I'll let you fix it. Let's go. Is letting.
Is letting the petals fall for one whose dancing footsteps will never come at all.
Yeah, good. So basically, with this one, same stuff. I just want you to keep thinking about trying to find that head voice. When you listen to the recording, those scoops are gonna be obvious to you. Sometimes scoops are hard to hear when we do them ourselves. We all do them sometimes, but just trying to get those out as much as you can. Then I would, with all this stuff, always go to the end of the phrase, find the highest pitch, find your head voice, and then go back to find the rest of it. So. Yeah, this is a very good start on this though, and just check on a few of those pitches that are a little shaky, but yeah, good.
Yeah, that D sharp is really awkward. Like, it's not that
Which
it's
one?
too
Oh, up high? Yeah.
But it just doesn't fit with, like,